Namaste everyone, my name is Lori and I'm a certified yoga instructor. In this video we will review 8 main yoga asanas and I will demonstrate the tips and tricks to make sure that you are aligned and performing them correctly. We are in beautiful Miami right now. It's a gorgeous day today, Saturday, 7th of June. You can appreciate the beautiful view here. It's starting to get very sunny. Disclaimer, every yoga instructor has their way of teaching yoga. There are different styles, so keep in mind that not all approaches are identical. I also want to mention that I've practiced yoga for many years and I got certified in India to make sure I'd learn from its place of origin. It is said that yoga is over 5,000 years old, so that might be a reason why there are different ways of doing it and not all approaches are identical. I am very thankful for all my yoga teachers and I'm more than happy to share the knowledge that I've gathered over the years. This video is mostly for beginners and those on intermediate level, so go ahead, grab your mat and let's do these postures together. Number 1, wide child's pose, Prasarita Balasana. We begin with the big toes touching and the instep of our feet is going to be touching the mat as much as we can. We will place our knees mat width distance and allow our hips to sink towards our heels. Next is our hand placement. This is very important not just for child's pose but for many other poses. We will keep them shoulder width apart, not too open and not too close, just aligned with the shoulders. Same thing for our fingers. We keep them not too open and not too close, slightly open. We place our hands on the mat, gently rest our forehead on the mat, and keep our hips close to our heels. Number 2, table pose, Balasana. We're going to make sure the instep is touching the mat as much as we can. The ankles should not be collapsing inwards or going too far apart. They should be aligned with the knees, and the knees should be aligned with the hips. Next, we're going to tilt our tailbone slightly upwards while trying to keep our back straight as much as we can. Make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears and that you are in a stable position like a table. Make sure that you are not collapsing and you're not sinking in too much or your shoulders are rotating too much. Then we're going to make sure that the weight is distributed evenly on our palms. The wrists should be underneath our shoulders. We find a stable position like this. And lastly, we make sure that we grip on that mat using our fingers. We look in front and find a stable position. Number 3, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We will transition from table pose and begin by curling our toes. Remember to keep your feet hip distance and your hands shoulder width apart. We will create an inverted V shape with our bodies and use our arms and legs to push our hips upwards. Make sure that the weight is distributed evenly on your fingers so you don't strain your wrists. Once you're ready, we'll begin by lifting our knees away from the mat, pushing the hips upwards, and trying to stretch our legs as much as we can. Once you are ready, reposition your feet and your hands, and you can begin pedaling. As you gain more flexibility, your heels will be able to get closer to the mat. Bring your forehead towards the ground as much as you can. And to gain an even deeper stretch, you can bend your legs on the knees and push your hips back and up. Number 4, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. With this pose, we're going to go down on our belly to the mat. Make sure that you fully engage your arms and legs so that you do not put too much pressure on your lower back. Our feet are going to be hip distance and we're going to make sure that the instep of the foot is touching the mat as much as we can. Also, do not open or close your heels too much. They should be just parallel to your hips. We're going to use our hamstrings, our glutes, our quads, and our hips for this position. Make sure that you squeeze them. We're going to place our hands right below the shoulders, and we're going to make sure that the elbows are going to be close to our rib cage. They should not be opened, and you should keep the gaze forward. Once you're ready, you grab onto that mat and you slowly push yourself up, and you can also lift yourself slightly, keeping the instep on the mat and fully engaging your legs. Avoid collapsing your shoulders. There should be a nice distance between your shoulders and ears. Then you can open your chest and look forward. Number 5, Low Plank Chaturanga Dandasana. Normally for this pose, we keep our toes and our hands on the mat only, but for beginners, I would suggest to start on your knees, as this is a very hard pose. The hands are going to be closer to our ribs, and our elbows are going to be very close to our ribs too. Once you're ready, you start coming down, engaging the hands, and make sure that the upper arm is parallel to the ground. Once you've gained strength, you go on your toes, you slightly push yourself forward, and you go down, trying to keep your body as horizontal as you can, looking forward. As you can see, this is slightly hard. Number 6, Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana. The stance should be 2 to 3 feet apart, and we're going to make sure that the knee does not go too far in the front or too far back. It should be just above the heel. Also, make sure that the knee does not collapse inwards. It should be aligned with your heel. One of the most important things is to put the weight on the outer sole of your feet and to distribute the weight equally on the legs. Make sure that the arch of your feet remain arched while in this position, that you tuck your pelvis in, and once you're ready, you extend your arms horizontally. You can widen your stance as you feel more comfortable. We are going to engage our core as much as we can in order to keep our bodies aligned. Do not stick your butt out too much or collapse the knee. And once you are comfortable, extend those arms. Keep a nice distance between your shoulders and your ears. The palms remain facing downwards. And lastly, we're gonna direct our gaze towards the middle finger of our front hand. Number 7, Triangle Pose, Trikonasana. The front foot will have a 90-degree angle and the back foot a 45-degree angle. The heel of the front foot will be aligned to the arch of the back foot. This is very important. The stance will be shorter than Warrior 2. I would suggest taking something in between 2 to 3 feet distance. We're going to tilt the back hip slightly upwards. Palms face the front, and we're going to pretend our upper body is getting pulled from the front arm. We slowly lower our front arm towards our leg and place it either on our thigh, our knee, or our tibia. We're going to extend our back arm upwards, looking towards the fingers. We will feel a deep stretch on our back hip. It is very important that you twist at your waist, you roll your chest upwards, and you open your shoulders so that you stay aligned with your legs and you do not collapse forward. As you gain more flexibility with time, your hand will be able to get closer to the mat. I would suggest using a block to help you keep your chest open. Fully engage your legs and slowly pull yourself up. Last but not least, number 8, Corpse Pose, Shavasana. Feet are mat distance and open, palms facing upwards. If there is a space between your back and the mat, tilt the pelvis upwards to make sure that your back is as close to the mat. Open your chest and rotate your shoulders outwards. Gently close your eyes, inhale and exhale, and feel all the benefits of your yoga practice. It's okay if you fall asleep. It just means that your body needed to rest a little bit. So everyone, we have completed our 8 main yoga postures. If you have any questions, just drop a comment below. For now, namaste.